Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, I'm glad that you've discovered me, and if you're a returning subscriber, I really appreciate the continuous support, and I hope my videos continue to make you excited, and I hope you keep coming back. So guys, today in front of us we are going to analyze the dollar index, gold, US 30 and US 100, and in front of us we have the dollar index, and as you can see, man, we are in a bullish trend, and I am anticipating buys from this particular instrument. And the reason is, you notice that here we have a very sensitive area that we can't kind of break below. Anytime prices come here for the past months, I think let's count, it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, price has not been able to break below this area of support. This is a dollar index on a monthly time frame. So for 5 months we haven't been able to break this zone over here. So for me, this is why I'm convinced that price from where it's at, it's potentially probably just trying to gather enough momentum, and then from there we can see those buys coming in. Now let's go to the daily time frame. This will help you see price in a much better in a smaller scale, and you will see where you could take advantage of the moves that we are anticipating on the monthly time frame. So looking at it from the daily time frame, you can see clearly that last week we did have the price coming down, resisting over this area of sensitivity over here. So now we do see that we have a trend type of thing. If you notice, this over here was a resistance over here for some time, and then we broke it, obviously, and so I believe we are just testing it, and we can expect buys from that area. So if you're trading the dollar index, or if you are looking at the dollar index, this is my highest probabilities that from where it's at, we can expect it to push up and potentially break that resistance, retest, and then continue up. So next week and going forward, I believe this is what should happen on the dollar index. However, there is a possibility price could break below. If it does, we wait a retest and then we sell this market. Now let's go to the next pair of the day, which is the gold. So on gold, I'm bearish, and the reason is, let's go to the monthly time frame. I'm bearish on this instrument, and I'll show you why. So you notice here for also here, we've been failing at this area of resistance over here for years now. I believe it was from 2020, yes, from 2020 until now. There is a resistance that was formed over there that price just can't break somehow. So for me, it signals that price is really trying to gather momentum to eventually break below. So more than anything, we should be looking for sells more than we are anticipating buys. Now let's go to a smaller time frame so we can understand exactly what is happening on this particular instrument. The reason why I use multiple time frame analysis is because it helps you see where you can take advantage of the moves that you're anticipating on a higher time frame. Say for instance, you're seeing buys on a higher time frame, then when you go to a smaller time frame, you then see your areas or your potential areas of entry, and that's how you can then take advantage of the moves that you're anticipating on the higher time frame. So this is gold on the daily time frame currently, and as you can see, last week we've been failing to move away from this range. If you notice, price has created a range over here. This is our low, this is our high. So price has been caught up in that range, and now my anticipation is that because we do have a trend that has been broken currently here, we are potentially going to respect it and drop. But where I would want to enter is after price could have broken this area of support. This is where I would want to enter, break this support, retest, and then I would want to see myself entering for those sells. It's that easy, man. You see, if you want to complicate your charts, chances are you don't know what you're doing. If you keep it, this is literally how it is. You just have to accept you're not gonna win every trade. You're gonna lose sometimes. I do lose sometimes. Sometimes I lose more than I win, but my risk to reward is the one that helps me stay profitable long term. So also you need to be careful of that. Don't try to win every trade. The moment you want to do that, you are just gonna confuse yourself. You're just gonna have to want to add robots and everything else, and it doesn't work like that. Now let's go to our next pair. Let's go to US 100. This is our third pair for the day, and I'm bullish on this instrument, and I've been saying, and I'm saying it like as I've always been saying it, that price is overall bullish in this particular stock, in this particular instrument, and the highest high we've been is here, and so price couldn't break this support over here. It respected this trend, so where it could potentially reverse, or we can potentially see sells, is if it reaches that high, which is almost there. I believe next week we would be completing that bullish move over there and we can anticipate sells. But for now, I am bullish on this instrument. So you notice we come from this support and we should go to that resistance. That's how price moves. If price bounces off a support, it's most likely going to respect a resistance. If it bounces off a resistance, it's most likely going to respect a support. There's no way that price can just reverse anywhere. It's most likely going to reverse where it has reversed before. It's most likely going to bounce where it has bounced before. That's just how it is. But let's go to a smaller time frame, the daily time frame. This is where you can see how you can take advantage then of these moves that have been happening over here. And like I've been saying for weeks, man, we are bullish on this particular instrument. And now, where can you actually take advantage of this market? It's easy, man. I do see that we have an area of resistance over here. Price could potentially reverse just a little bit. When it does reverse, this is where potentially you can want to enter those buys. But again, I believe if you go to a smaller time frame, the 15 minutes time frame, you would find those break and retest entries over there, and that's how you could be taking advantage of the market. Because let's go ahead and check them out. Because price does that in all time frames. It makes its highs, it makes its lows in every time frame. So yours is to keep your eyes open and be able to identify those highs and those lows. So you notice here we do have an area of sensitivity, we do have that support, and you notice again here that price has created an area that it has failed to break, you see. But this is just the 15 minutes, so if you're gonna follow the 15 minutes, chances are you're gonna lose. This is why I like to keep it on the daily time frame and say we are bullish. So when you go to a smaller time frame, all you are looking for is to buy, because the moment you want to look at the smaller time frame and sell, you might think the market has changed direction and you will find yourself in losses. So this is the resistance on a 15 minutes time frame. So for me, price can break this thing easily, retest, and this is where you can see yourself entering for those buys. Or price could come to this support over here and you could be entering for those buys. But that's all that I'm seeing on the US 100. I don't want to waste more time. I just want to keep this video in less than 10 minutes, hopefully. Now the US 30, the last pair of the day, and I'm saying this like I've always been saying it. I'm bullish on this instrument. Let's go to a monthly time frame. I am bullish on this instrument, US 30. And again, my reason for being bullish is that we come from this support, and where we are going is that resistance. Because price, if it bounces off a support, it's most likely to go respect a resistance. The same way, if it does reject a resistance, it's most likely going to go and support and bounce off of a support. So we did have a resistance over here, which was clearly broken, came to retest, and price didn't even hesitate, it pushed up. But somehow here, for some reason, we've been failing to move away from this area almost for it's how many months now? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost a year now. We've been caught up in a range. And so I've been saying that this range, if it breaks, I believe it's going to break bullish. Let me do like this. It's going to break bullish because price is coming from a support. This is a support that we're coming from. So obviously, if you come from a support, we should go to our nearest resistance. And so what I'm looking at here is that price, we've been having this range over here, and I did advise you guys that when price gets to a resistance, you should sell. If it gets to a support, you should buy, and this is what has been happening so far. So again, I can advise you that you can expect short-term sells, right? You can expect short-term sells. So if price could show that it's clearly failing to break above, you can sell this market. But my highest probability is that price should eventually break this area of sensitivity over there, come for retest, and then we can buy from that area on. If you want to scalp, if you want to intraday trade, you can anticipate those sells. You can look for anything really in this particular market, because it's been ranging clearly for a great amount of time. So it could do the same thing again, it could drop. So yeah guys, there's my analysis for the week that is coming from the 19th of June going to the 23rd, I believe. So yeah, I hope you are prepared and I hope you're gonna win in the markets. Let's go and kill these markets, man.